Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Heimer. At the end of the last video, the enemy team that were pushed on middle lane and did a good job of pushing down our middle lane tower there and picking up several kills in the process. Prior to that, we had been dominating this game, I think, but with that last little sequence, it helped put them back in the game, and we actually took a couple of needless deaths in the process. However, the good news for us is that we have been winning out in terms of farm. I have been able to push down 2 towers so far as Heimer. First, the one in the middle lane early on in the game, and then secondly, the one in the top lane. And I've been able to pick up an ungodly number of minion kills in the process. I have well over 200 minion kills already, 28 minutes into the game, which is really good. I have not gotten the champion kills so much, but I have gotten tons and tons of minion kills. Now here, this is pretty dangerous of me. There's 4 members of their team here, and I'm all alone. Roland's going to taunt me, which is pretty good, but now, finally, I use the exhaust to get away. So there it was. There I finally used exhaust. Here, I'm going to drop my concussive grenade to hit Uberfish. Everybody is continuing to attack. You can see I use my ultimate so that my towers are slowing them in this fight. I'm trying to use grenade. I'm trying to use micro rockets every time they come off cooldown. Like right there, I get off the stun on Atlas, and the concussive missile blinds as well, so he's not able to attack. So now we're continuing to do damage. My turrets have been fighting the whole time. We're able to get the kill on Roland. We're able to get the kill on Shane, and we came out pretty far ahead. I think we got 3 for 1 in that team fight. Either 3 for 1 or 4 for 1. So good team fight for us. If you noticed in terms of my positioning, Heimer is such a weak champ in terms of physical durability. I had to keep backing off. I was sort of kiting them a little bit in that fight. Just keep backing off, fire your rockets, fire your grenade. Just keep getting them to chase you over and over again. And we were able to do most of the fight with my two little turrets firing on the enemy team. So again, that's what you want. I think I used my skills pretty well in that particular fight. I was also trying to make sure that I blinded their Warwick, their Atlas's Warwick, because if I use my grenade on him, he won't be able to attack and do damage because he'll be blinded. Anyway, up here, Cole is trying to steal their blue buff, their golem buff. This is the right time to try to steal it because we just won a team fight. We wanted this on him because I already had our blue buff, and we just want to make sure he gets it. And like right here, the Ashane's Twisted Fate is popping his ultimate, so he can see us, but we're backing out. We're getting out of there. Now their team is, we can see them behind us. Looks like they're entering the jungle. We were going to try to push the bottom lane as well, since we had a lot of minions over here, and we had most of our team. Now Mookie wasn't with us, but we had the other 4 members of our team. We have pretty good ward coverage. I'm trying to make sure that they can't flank us with those wards. Now look, there they are. Here they come. So we don't want to get caught out. We're going to back off here. Make sure they don't outflank us. Cole gets off a nice stun on Atlas. I try to chuck a grenade. I miss him. I get Roland. Atlas ults me. I'm going to exhaust him to get away. I'm going to pop Ghost, or actually I didn't exhaust him, someone else did. So again, I'm doing the same thing with Heimer, moving to the back, trying to kite the enemy team, trying to back off. Notice that my little turrets are firing during this battle. They're hitting Roland. I'm going to drop down another one. Cole hit a stun on Shane, and then I'm just going to drop a grenade on him at very short distance to get that kill. And so we were able to pick up, I think, 2 kills there, to no deaths on our own side. Meanwhile, while all this has been going on, Mookie has been backdooring top. I land a perfect grenade on Termith's Sona, but we have no minions because Uberfish blew them all up with the Glacial Storm from Anivia. So without those minions, I'm not, and with me being only half health, I'm not willing to dive in there and try to finish off Termith's Sona. So we're going to back off, but very good fight for us. We're able to pick up some kills. We didn't lose anybody on our team. We were able to get a little more push here in the bottom lane, and Mookie was able to backdoor the enemy team and pick up a free uncontested turret in top lane. So very, very good fight for us. Anyway, I've got more farm now. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to finish Sonya's Hourglass, and then I'm going to pick up Archangel's Staff. As I said before, I don't think that the Zanya's Hourglass was necessarily the right buy for this game. I more just picked up the needlessly large rod and then needed something to build it in. And of course it only builds into 2 items, Death Cap and Zanya's Hourglass. So anyway, I picked it up. Their team didn't have too much physical damage. They were more magic damage, but I suppose it'll be helpful to have. I mean, it will help against their Warwick. It will help against their Twisted Fate, who is also building attack damage. So I mean, it's not a terrible item, but I think that there could have been more effective items. Anyway, now I'm going to go back and try to finish Archangel Staff. And next, that's why I picked up the Blasting Wand. And then when I get that, it will likely take me over 500 ability power, which I found is often sort of a tipping point on an ability power champ. If you can get them up to 500, when you hit that 500 mark, you just start hitting so hard that you can start to really flip games on their head. Anyway, we were thinking about what to do now. See, we have a ward at Baron. We have ward coverage in their jungle. We figure we'll be able to see if they start heading to Baron. Between our minions in the middle lane, between our minions in the top lane, our ward at their red. So we decided, okay, we've got good ward coverage there. We'll be able to see if they go to Baron. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to pushing bottom lane once again. And we're going to try to push this and see how far we can get on this particular push. So I think the idea was sound. The one thing is, anytime that you all go to bottom lane, you do risk the enemy team just running to Baron and stopping you. Like right now, we can see that their Shen player, Roland, is over there, and now Twisted Fate's over there. Oh, their whole team's over at Baron. I guess they slipped through the little patch of jungle we didn't have warded. At this point, I realized I was like, okay, we can't stop them from Baroning. We're too far away. What we can do is get what we can out of this. While they push Baron, we are going to push top lane, and we are going to take this tower, and we're going to take this inhibitor. So this would have been a really good time for them to use the Twisted Fate ult, but if you recall, Twisted Fate just used his ult earlier, so as Shane wasn't able to gate in here and try to stop us. So they are going to score Baron, we are going to score 2 towers and an inhib in bottom lane. So we are just going to sort of make that exchange. And I thought that was a really interesting play. I'm not really sure which team actually comes out ahead here. We both score some very valuable objectives on the map. They score a Baron, which is going to help put them back into the game. You know, you can see they were down 2-1 in kills, and we also significantly outfarmed them. But they got Baron buff, so they're going to be very strong for the next few minutes. And that means it's going to be tough for us to engage with them. But on the flip side, we of course took their inhibitor, and we took 2 towers. So they only have 2 more towers left. They have the 2 base towers, and then they have their 2 Nexus turrets. So I guess they have 4 left technically. But we've taken out a significant chunk of their base. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure which team comes out ahead. I really did like their play to go Baron. They were behind. They needed to do something to get back into the game. So I love the decision to go Baron on their part. I mean, maybe it fails. Maybe it doesn't work. And then we push into their base and win the game. But you know what? They were losing anyway, so they had to take some chances in that position. So good play by their team, and I think good play by our team to just respond by saying, okay, well, if you're going to go take Baron, we're going to respond by pushing down 2 of your towers and then taking your inhibitor. So I just think good play by both sides there. As far as we're concerned, because the other team has Baron, our goal is just simply to wait out their Baron. We're not going to engage for the next couple of minutes. We'll just farm up minions in the jungle. We will try to keep the lanes pushed as much as possible, which shouldn't be too hard to do with us having an inhibitor. So just wait out their Baron. No need to engage, no need to fight them right now, while they have that buff on their side. Oh, somebody left one little lizard at our lizard camp, our red. Not exactly sure why. Now notice that Dragon has come back up, and assuredly their team is going to Dragon right now. Like, see how they just use clairvoyance? They are obviously checking to see if we're going to Dragon. At this point, because they have Baron and because we're out of position, we can't challenge their Dragon. We just have to concede that to them, so we're just going to let them Dragon. Now, if they would try to charge into our jungle and fight us here, then we'd probably be willing to fight them because we have good sight, we have good visibility. But they took that Dragon, so another result of their Baron push is they're able to score an uncontested Dragon there. So, again, good play on their side, and I think good play on our side by not trying to go stop them at Dragon and then getting aced or something. Just let them have it. Dragon's good, but it's not the end of the world. We're far enough into the game that Dragon's not as critical it was at the start. And if you noticed, our lanes keep pushing because we had that inhibitor down. We're pushing them back into the base, which is where we want them to be. We want to keep them trapped in their base as much as possible. Ideally, the safest thing that we could possibly do would be keep the lanes pushed because the inhibitor's down, and then just not only wait for Baron to clear, but even wait for Baron to come back up again, and just take Baron. Just keep them pushing their base, wait for Baron to clear off their team, then go take Baron on our side. Now, that's not the most exciting play to watch on a replay, but it actually is the safest play. That would be the most ideal thing that we could do in this situation. So at this point, I wasn't sure if we were going to be quite that defensive, but it was an option to consider at this point. So you can see we're just continuing to kill minions, their minions when they come out of the base. We keep raiding their jungle, taking all the jungle creeps over and over again, continuing to score the extra gold, the extra experience. The experience doesn't matter on me because I'm 18. Heimer is pretty much always going to hit 18 before anyone else in the game if he's being played right. But the rest of our team isn't that high. So again, keep them trapped in the base, keep killing minions, etc., etc., etc. Wait for Baron to clear off their team, and it should be clearing any minute now. And then we'll be able to go and engage them. Yep. See, if you look right there, you can see that they don't have Baron anymore on them. I have to be a little careful here. If I were to get taunted or something, could be dangerous. But if you noticed, when Termith Sona tried to kill my turret, she took a lot of damage. I mean, Termith took quite a bit of damage when he tried to clear that. I mean, granted, they have Sona heals and all, so they'll be able to recover that damage. But still, taking my tower is hit really hard now that I have 500 ability power. They're doing, I think, about 150 per shot in damage, and that does add up over time. So anyway, we're continuing to play the waiting game, continuing to raid the jungle. If you noticed, Cole went back to purchase, so we're waiting for Cole to get back here before we're going to try anything. We don't want to fight them 4 versus 5 needlessly. That would just be silly. If you notice also, their inhibitor is about to respawn, so that's another objective that we can go after. My thinking here was, let's push them in mid, keep the two turrets here, keep them pushing in mid. And then now that their inhibitors spawn, let's go over and try to get that inhibitor again. If you notice, I popped my ultimate here. This was a waste, mistimed ultimate. I thought the enemy team was going to push out here, and we were going to maybe engage them. But as it turned out, they didn't. So that was just a waste. I just wasted my ultimate. But oh well. Heimer's ult isn't that great to begin with, and it's on a pretty short cooldown. So in any case, the inhib is exposed because they don't have that tower over there. So we're going to engage, fight them over here where they don't have the protection of their tower. I miss on that grenade. Again, Heimer staying in the back, keep firing micro rockets, keep firing grenades. Every time they come off cooldown, I try to hit with them. Like there, I got the grenade off on Roland, and that was part of the reason why we were able to kill him. I'm dropping my towers so that they can contribute to this fight as well. Like I have a little turret firing right now on the inhibitor. I'm going to chuck in a grenade there, hit a Shane, didn't get the stun, but managed to get in the damage. Keep firing micro rockets, keep dropping little towers, and if you notice, we've won this team fight. We've dropped 3 or 4 members of their team, and they haven't killed any of us, so we're now going to win this. Atlas is going to ult on Mookie. I'm going to toss my grenade to get the blind effect, and everyone else is going to attack, and we score an ace. So now that we've scored the ace, that means we're going to win this game. We're going to push down these 2 Nexus turrets, and then we're going to get the Nexus itself. Oh, but there's one last funny moment here. Sunrise is about to die, and he's going to try to walk out of the base, but Sunrise tries to walk out by the front door, forgetting that their tower was still up there, and he gets shot down by the tower. So a totally needless death.
Like, I'm gonna run
didn't
away.
matter. Pretty funny there. Anyway, just the key to the end of that game was that we fought them over by their inhibitor. We were able to pick a fight where they did not have a tower defending them, and so once we were able to pick a fight there, they felt that they had to fight us to save that inhibitor, and we were able to win the fight and ace their team. And at that point, they couldn't win. So. Good place to pick a fight where we wanted. That's where we wanted to be fighting them, and they had to contest us there. And when they lost the fight, that was the end of the game. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty good Heimer game. That's how you want to play Heimer. You push the lanes, farm. You could see I had just an incredible amount of minion kills. That's what you want with Heimer. He needs to snowball ahead. If he doesn't, then he's not going to be effective in endgame. And if you saw in the team fights, I stayed in the back, stayed behind our tanks, stayed behind Cole and Sunrise, and they were able to keep me safe. So thanks for that, guys. Cole, great game. Cole carried us for most of that game while I was just up in one lane farming. Cole was actually getting kills. He was helped carrying our team. Sion, so strong right now with the stun and the shield. AP Sion, very, very strong. Well played. Sunrise got a surprising amount of kills, only took the 1 death, got off a couple of good ults. In the one team fight that took place in the middle of the map, Sunrise got off a great ult that stunned the team, and that allowed us to clean up like 2 or 3 extra kills. Varus knocks ton of damage at the end of the game. You didn't actually get that many kills, but you could see from the assist that he was joining. And while Mookie was struggling early in the game, I think he kind of figured out Eve by the end. It wasn't the greatest Eve game, wasn't really Mookie's best game, but just goes to show Mookie has to learn to play new champs too. As far as the other team goes, Uberfish farmed really well, but he wasn't ever able to get any kills, which I think set him back quite a bit. So even though he had the Rod of Ages and the Archangel Staff, he wasn't able to start. Wasn't ever able to sort of snowball into a huge force. Shane didn't have that much experience, I think, playing against Heimerdinger. Didn't really know how to counter the Heimer turrets. Wasn't really able to get that much farm. And Shane, for your reference, you can use Twisted Fate's ultimate probably in more creative ways than you did here. I think that you can practice more with Twisted Fate. Atlas, I think, did the most damage. I think Atlas got the most kills. Good decision to stack Magic Resist against our team, but just not enough damage there. Similarly, Roland, also Force of Nature, also Magic Resist, just not enough damage on your guys' teams. Not enough damage between Shane and Uberfish. And then Termith, good Sona heals. Interesting decision to get the Quickfire Sash. I think that was an interesting move. Get the extra Magic Resist. So you guys did the right thing, stacking Magic Resist, but ultimately your team just didn't have enough damage. You do have to sometimes be careful. If you stack too many defensive items, you can just find yourself in a position where you're not doing any damage. And that might have been the case here. I don't know. But overall, it was a really fun game. So much fun to play. I love the 5v5 practice games. Hopefully, we'll have enough people online another night to do some more of these. So anyway, I wanted to cast the game. Thought it was fun. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll have more videos up another time.